there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things to think about. Got to get the professional advice in fairly early. Got to have those conversations with your team in so far as you can, because obviously there's the confidentiality, and you don't want to be spreading it around the whole team that there's potential of sale there.
Yeah.
So, how can Kirk Rice help? What can Kirk Rice do when we bring in Kirk Rice to help support in that financial due diligence?
I think really Kirk Rice, as Kirsty says, you need those professionals. There's no way about it. You need professionals to help you guide through this process. As Kirsty says, there is a lot to do, and a lot to do on all fronts, like you say, financial, operational, commercial, legal. There's a lot there, so you do need to speak to professionals straight away, and get that ball rolling ultimately. But really, we can work with you so closely with this sort of process. Quite often there will be information requests that come through quite often, quite rapidly, quick turnarounds, where you want a dedicated team really as at Kirk Rice to be working on it and be involved in it in so much of the detail to really get you where you need to be. There will be things you've already got that you can pull together. You know, they'll want year-end accounts, they'll want management accounts, VAT returns, all of those sides of things. But then there's other things you won't have even thought about, or forecasts and budgets you need to put together. There's a lot there, and we've really got the experience of dealing with these deals to know what priority to do it in, how much resources you need to put aside for it, how much time you need to put aside for it, in order to get you through in the smoothest way possible. Yeah.
Just to add to that as well, just going back on the point of, you know, internally you've thought about who in your finance team within the business will know about this. Remember that with a small finance team, you may be telling the most senior person, but they've still got a job that they were doing full time. And now their full-time role is probably going to be answering financial due diligence questions. And that can often put a lot of pressure on somebody who may feel like, well, they don't necessarily know what's happening with their role as well, if another company's coming in and buying them out. So huge amounts of pressure on that person, maybe not really knowing where the end point is. So to be able to bring in some support so that person's not falling over, the longer that these processes go on, the more time that owners and internal finance people spend on not the day-to-day running, other things fall over. There's a concentration on the deal and not such a concentration on, you know, keeping the business actually going. So the support can be on both sides, really. Like I say, typically you may only be telling the most senior finance person, but that person's now got 2 jobs to do, which is incredibly stressful for them.
I guess in some situations you might not have an internal finance team. It might be that, say, Kirk Rice is already doing your bookkeeping and everything, so that probably helps to alleviate some of that.